Alright, here we go. Back again. Back again. Alright? And today is Friday. So, yep, it's the Friday Fix. And this is the 12th episode of the Friday Fix. And this is, of course, me covering stories of interest that has happened throughout the week. Right, are you ready? Good. So to begin with, I will touch on this virus, right? BBC 23 hours ago, US records highest daily death toll since May. Oh dear. And yeah, that will be more fantasized or made up statistics from America. So yeah, lockdown ahead. If you are not already or still in lockdown, Blackpool in the UK classed as coronavirus hotspot, and it is now on a list of areas that are under lockdown in the UK. BBC 6 hours ago, Green Corps staff self-isolate after outbreak, and this is a Marks and Spencer's supplier. So yeah, what's going to happen here? 300 staff are now self-isolating because they seemingly have the virus. Yeah, I bet you none of them even knew that they had it, right? The Telegraph 2 hours ago, France placed on UK travel quarantine list as coronavirus cases rise. So yeah, they're saying it's right across the board. And France is not alone on this hit list, if you like. Tourist hit list. And Sky News, France, Malta and Netherlands added to UK's travel quarantine list. Right, so yeah, they won't be, no one from there will be coming to the UK. Because who would bother with that if you have to be under arrest for, what is it, a 2-week period? No thank you, right? If you really want to go on a break, then have a holiday local, right? It's the best and it's cheaper, right? So yeah, it's win-win. And I seen this Independent 9 hours ago, date being the 13th of August when I seen it. Weird and uncomfortable. In-Betweeners fans baffled by James Buckley's coronavirus message video. And this is a actor, surprise surprise, from the In-Betweeners, which is actually quite funny. But yeah, this guy here has put out a message advising people on coronavirus guidelines. But what I wanted to point out is this. Oldham Council has stated that the video cost, you ready, £34, and is a small part of a much wider campaign to ensure people are complying with coronavirus guidelines. So this is how cheap these actors are willing to sell their soul for, to spread the message of deception in regards to the myth virus, right? And I seen this from Edinburgh Live here in Scotland, of course. Second Scottish school forced to close after confirmed coronavirus case, right, 13 hours ago. And yeah, you know, people have been saying they shouldn't have been opening the schools, but the government have opened them anyway. Of course they have, because it's basically a trap, because now they're going to be saying that it's the school's fault, and the kids have now been spreading it about everywhere, and it's now going to be a second wave, and it'll be spike right across. So yeah, we're basically, as always, we walk right into it. But yeah, we're being played without a doubt. So yeah, expect to see more on this in terms of the schools. And now I want to touch on the vaccine, because as always, we're all waiting on it. We just can't wait to get our hands on this vaccine. I'm going to ask if I can get free at the same time, because I want it that much, right? And I really want to cover this in a lot of depth, so I will touch on it just briefly just now, but we will get back to this next week. Now, the majority of the news at the moment is about Russia, and the Russians have came up with a vaccine and it's ready to go. It's already being used. Even Putin's daughter has been inoculated, seemingly by Putin himself, right? And it's, yeah, Sputnik V. Now, Sputnik is the name of, I'm sure, of a media outlet, Russian, and also, I believe, some sort of satellite or space drone. I'm sure that was called Sputnik as well. So yeah, the Russians are all set to go. But I did see this from the Daily Mail. Russia's top doctor quits over gross violations of ethics that rushed through Russian vaccine. Right, and yeah, that would not come as a surprise, because they're all being rushed through, even the UK one and the Russian one and the US one, right? Because it's an international effort. Remember, CNN, Russia offers help to US with COVID-19 vaccine. US says no, right? So yeah, maybe it's not so much an international effort after all, right? Surprise, surprise. The Guardian 1 day ago, we have no idea if the Russian COVID vaccine is safe or effective. Well, no, it won't be, because no vaccine is safe or even effective. And that is the truth, no matter what they try to say, right? And I did see this as well. USA Today, 4 hours ago, the 13th of August, right? Experts worry that a COVID-19 vaccine won't help if not enough people are willing to... Willing to what? What could it be? Yep, willing to get one, right? What a surprise that is. And like I said yesterday, it is going to come to a point where if you don't want the vaccine, you are going to be public enemy number 1. They are going to come for people like me and you, big time, right? Because we know what the plan is. So yeah, it is going to happen. Let's face it. Now, I did see this as well from the Independent. NHS coronavirus test and trace call centres fail to reach 40%. Right. Now, if you remember rightly, we touched on this a couple of weeks ago in terms of the computer modelling, or maybe even last week, how the modelling suggests that the track and trace needed to reach a certain percentage to avoid a second wave and a catastrophic second wave. So yeah, it looks like that target is not going to be reached by the track and trace. What a surprise. So yeah, look out for the second wave. And this is from Science magazine 5 hours ago. Why flu vaccines don't protect people for long. So yeah, they've been working on this vaccine since sliced bread, and still it's a dud vaccine that does nothing but cause damage. But if you look at this, 9 hours ago, CNN, COVID-19 inside the multi-billion-dollar race for a vaccine. Right. So yeah, vaccines are big business, right? So why on earth would you want one to last long? Of course, you would want people to keep coming back because, yeah, as you can see, they want to vaccinate 7 billion people, the whole fucking world, right? And yeah, it's not going to last long because they've built these factories that produce vaccines like they're fucking smarties, right? Now, like I did say, I will get into the vaccines because, yeah, for sure, it is coming without a doubt. The deals have been made in the UK, Russia, and the US, so it is coming. And yeah, they will make a system where it is basically forced or mandatory, if you like. So look out for that one next week. Now I want to touch on this, the AI, the all-seeing AI, right? This wonderful AI that is here to help us and to benefit us. But yeah, let's face it, it's here. It's here to fucking destroy us by the sounds of it. And yeah, it's been getting quite a lot of mentions this week in the Express. Artificial intelligence warning, AI will know us better than we know ourselves. And yeah, that wouldn't surprise me because yeah, I hardly even know myself, right? So scary stuff. And yeah, this was in the Conversation UK. Artificial intelligence is a totalitarian stream. Here's how to take power back. Damn straight, it's a totalitarian stream. That's the whole point. And it says, individualistic Western societies are built on the idea that no one knows our thoughts, desires, or joys better than we do, and so we put ourselves, rather than the government, in charge of our lives. We tend to agree with the philosopher Immanuel Kant's claim that no one has the right to force their idea of the good life on us. Damn straight. It then says artificial intelligence will change this. It will know us better than we know ourselves. A government armed with AI could claim to know what its people truly want and what will really make them happy. Right. At best, it will use this to justify paternalism. At worst, totalitarianism. Damn straight. Because yeah, like I said, that's the whole fucking point. That's where we're heading. It once was a tiptoe, but it's now a sprint. Let's face it. It then says, every hell starts with a promise of heaven. AI-led totalitarianism will be no different. Freedom will become obedience to the state. Only the irrational, spiteful, or subversive could wish to choose their own path. Sound familiar? I bet it fucking does, right? To prevent such a dystopia, we must not allow others to know more about ourselves than we do. Too fucking late, I'm afraid. We cannot allow a self-knowledge gap. Right. And yeah, like everything, by the time we hear about it in the media, it's too late. It's like we're all already dead man fused, if you like. And yeah, AI is already well and truly here. And it basically controls fucking everything already. This is Harvard Business Review 10 hours ago. What happens when AI is used to set grades? Right, so yeah, that'll be the end for teachers because AI can now set grades. What a surprise. 15 hours ago, design boom. When AI predicts top selling toys and gadgets of 2020, it gets a little weird. So now it's predicting the future, right? How wonderful, right? And I don't think Wired one day ago, AI magic makes century-old films look new. Fantastic. So you can see how they portray AI as this wonderful thing. And don't get me wrong, it most likely can do fantastic things. But the problem is, it is in the wrong fucking hands, right? And it is going to be used for not for our benefit, put it that way, and that is for fucking sure. And we'll leave AI, but we will get back to that again. And we'll touch on now a cashless society, because yeah, that is fucking coming, and that is for sure. It's already here, let's face it. In US Today 2 weeks ago, fact check, a cashless society isn't imminent and wouldn't mean total end of cash. 2 weeks ago, sure, but yeah, it is imminent, and let's face it, I personally am already have been seeing, especially with COVID, the myth over the past few months that more and more businesses are only asking for card payments, right? So yeah, it is imminent, and it is fucking coming, and it will mean the end of cash for sure. The Crone 8 hours ago, nearly 1/3 of consumers want to live in a cashless society due to, now I wonder if you can guess what it is due to, right? Well, yeah, it is due to fear of catching COVID-19. Wow. So there you go. It looks like COVID will be the final nail for cash as we know it. And it will be the final nail for many, many other things as well. So yeah, it's all coming together nicely for the agenda which we have covered. And like I said, we know what the fucking plan is. And this is from Powell's County Times from Wales, I believe. Powell's anti-poverty champion warns against cashless society. Damn straight. Because when we do go cashless, a lot of vulnerable people will lose out. But I am sure they will be enticed into joining some sort of virtual currency where they'll be in a position where they have no money or they can't spend the money they have. Then along comes, let's say, Bitcoin, and they say, look, if you join us, we'll give you a starter's fee that can get you going. And the majority of people with no money will say yes please, right? So yeah, they will be forced into it one way or another. Now, in terms of other news this week, I seen this from space.com. Scientists probe the weird alien water inside of Uranus and Neptune. Sure, why not, right? And yeah, as you can see in the photo, that is Uranus, or is it Neptune? I think it's Uranus. But of course, Uranus has rings. Or does it have rings? Does Uranus have rings, or doesn't it? Doesn't it, right? But NASA say it depends what sort of light you look at it in. So who knows what it really looks like, or if it even exists, right? NASA to stop using racist nicknames for cosmic objects. So there you go. NASA have to put an end to their racism. They are not just money grabbers and liars. They are also racists, right? What a surprise. Now, speaking of NASA, I seen this today. And as you can see, live science, the go-to for science. So it's nothing about Freemasons, right? But yeah, it is Freemasons behind the veil of secrecy. And I am beginning to notice this quite a lot, where they are covering Freemasons in a certain light and portraying them as some sort of saviour. So this is something that I have been keeping an eye on because it's appearing quite a lot. So it's something that I will get into. But yeah, they're basically saying that Freemasons are great, but they are not. They are bad fucking news. And I can't stress that enough. So yeah, we'll be back to the Masons once again for sure. Now, I did also see this one from BBC 23 hours ago. Americans go home. Tension as Canada-US border. Surprise, surprise. And yeah, it's a similar story right across the globe now, or the world even, because it's the same here in Scotland and England, and we touched on this before, and I'm adamant that there will be a border put in place between Scotland and England, and yeah, there will be tension, of course, just like we are now seeing or hearing of in America, between America and Canada. What a surprise. But of course, the real problem is not the border or the virus. It's the corrupt fucking criminal politicians, right? And the people that are funding or paying the puppets. And we touched on this one about the solar system. Well, now they are saying, what shape is it? Is it a croissant or a jumbo shrimp? So I quite like a croissant. So yeah, we'll go with croissant. Sure, why not, right? We'll go with a croissant. But again, this is a non-story. It means nothing. And this does nothing but deceive and, what's the word I'm looking for? Distract. All these stories are basically distractions for the masses, let's face it. This one from The Guardian. Archbishop of Florida Church selling bleach miracle cure arrested with son. Now, if I seen this a few years back, I would have thought, nah, surely not. That can't be true. But today, in 2020, yep, I can imagine that is fucking true. The Guardian again, 7 hours ago. The age of the office is over. The future lies in Britain's commuter towns. Right, so the age of the office, well, that's gone now. It's finished, right? It's ended. Just like everything else round about, it is changing, and they're bringing in the new abnormal. And yeah, let's face it, we don't fucking want it. Now, just finally, for today, I seen this, The Telegraph. The statistical quirk that means the coronavirus pandemic may never officially end. What a fucking surprise, right? Yeah, it is here to stay. And so they keep telling us, at least. The BBC, the COVID-19 changes that could last long term. Yep. And that was from the 30th of June 2020. This one from our good friends, Bill Gates at The Guardian. We can't go back to normal. How will coronavirus change the world? Damn straight. And yeah, everything is changing due to the hoax. And that's from the 31st of March 2020. Here's another one. 19th of March 2020. Coronavirus will change the world permanently. Here's how. Happy days. Fantastic, right? And yeah, it is going swimmingly for the powers that be in terms of the agenda. And like I said, we know exactly what the plan is. And yeah, we really need to now start thinking about coming together, like I said, and really seeing a way out of this tyranny and putting a lot of people in the places that they belong. Damn straight. And yeah, I'd imagine you know where that is. And yeah, we'll throw away the fucking key. And anyway, it went a bit longer than I planned it to, or than previously thought today. But hey, there you go. And I will be back this weekend. So yeah, look out for it. Anyway, until next time, enjoy your weekend. And that is about it. Bye-bye.